Hi friends, it's Catherine Allendorf from Scrap Happy Cath. I'm a Creative Memories Independent Advisor in Brisbane, Australia. As I mentioned, I am an advisor, so you can shop with me at creativememoriesau.com/user/scraphappycath, and I do appreciate your support. I'm also on Facebook at Scrap Happy Cath, so we've got a Facebook page where I post about new products and promotions and things that are happening with Creative Memories, and then I also have a Creative Memories a Scrap Happy Cath group, which is a community of beautiful people that, share ideas and inspiration, and I do post challenges every month. So feel free to join us there, and I am also on YouTube at Scrap Happy Cath as well. So let's put that out of the way and get cracking on this. The reason for this video today is because I unpacked my Free Spirit bundle today, and it's so beautiful. And I was looking at the Wild Daisy Decorative Border Punch and the Blooming Lace Chain Border Maker Cartridge, and they're both absolutely stunning. But I love that they've got these cutouts here, and it just got me kind of thinking that they would actually make really beautiful stencils as well as beautiful cutouts as well. So we'll have a look at that. So this is the Free Spirit Designer paper pack, and I just wanted to take you through this before we start talking about the inks that I'll be using on the stencils that I'll make out of these border cartridges. So what Creative Memories do is they make sure that we have coordinating cardstock for every collection. So you can see how beautifully these cardstocks coordinate with the designer papers, and every paper pack has the coordinating cardstock names on the front there. But they also have introduced a range of inks that have been curated to match the cardstock collection. So these are the ones that I've chosen for this particular activity today, and you can see how beautifully these match into the collection and the cardstocks as well. The other thing I really love about the Creative Memories inks is that they've got the color coordinated brushes, so you don't end up with your brushes getting muddied and murkied by using them from one colour to another colour, or having to worry about trying to keep the brushes within one colour range. You know that your pumpkin brush goes with your pumpkin ink, and that's all you use it for, and that will keep your colours really beautiful and pure. Okay, so I'm just going to pop these to one side. So these are the inks that I'm going to be using today. I'll just pop the rest of this out of the way now, and we'll get cracking. So I've already punched out some borders, and I just want to show you what the actual punch outs look like. So as a border, they're absolutely stunning. So this is your Blooming Lace Chain Border Maker Cartridge. So this is how it comes out. It does punch out completely. It doesn't leave anything attached to the page. And when it punches out, it does punch out with these really lovely borders on there rather than a straight border. And this one's your Wild Daisy Decorative Border Punch. So in and of themselves, they are absolutely beautiful, but I do want to have a look at using them as stencils on the page. So I'm going to show you using them with inks, and then also using them as a tracing pencil. We'll give it a crack and see what it looks like. Okay, I'm doing this fresh along with you, so yeah, I'm a big advocate of suck it and see. So let's see what happens. All right, so to use these as stencils, you can either use it as a border. I would probably be more inclined to just use them as decorative elements on the page, but anytime that you're going to put them on the page, you're going to need some washi tape just to stick them down so that they don't move, and also to mask the edges, so when you're using your inking brushes on these, they don't spill over the edge there. Okay, so I'm just going to do a little decorative corner using the Border Maker cartridge. So we just need to stick this down and mask it off. Okay, and then we just grab our ink, and I'm going to use this plum ink, and we just load the colour on the brush like so, and then we just start off the side of the page. So this is where the matte comes in really handy, so you can start blending it off the page and just sweep the colour onto the cutout and just really work the colour into these spaces. So we're just working the colour into the little spaces there, and you can see as I've been blending it how important it is to have this edge masked off so that it's not spilling into the page where you don't want the colour to be. Okay, so I think that's good. Okay, and we'll just take this off. Okay, and you can see that it actually creates this really pretty design on the page. So I'm really happy with that. I haven't masked this bottom edge, but that's okay. It's okay. If it was a page that I was working on, then we work around that. That's fine. So that is the Blooming Lace Chain Border Maker cartridge. So we'll do the same with the Wild Daisy decorative border punch. So I'm just going to mask this down here. That's so pretty. That's so pretty. Okay. All right. So we'll get the ink again. And we'll just introduce the ink into the design. Again, popping the ink down there into the cutouts to get that onto the page. Okay. And then obviously you can go over again depending on the intensity of colour that you're looking for. Okay, and then we'll just lift this off, and again you can see how beautifully that comes out. The other way I wanted to show you how to use these as templates, actually before I do that I just want to show you, like with this one and the other one as well, like if you were to ink that whole border, that would come up really beautiful as well. It just gives you, rather than using the cardstock, which can be sometimes a little bit flat, for whatever better way to say it, you can really customize the color of your borders when you're using your inks like that, and create, you know, some really beautiful ombre effects and things. So just consider it. The other thing I wanted to show you, or the way to use this, is to create like color blocks and then use these as a template with your pens. So I'll just pop some ink on the page to create some color blocks. So okay, so we've got the base laid out there. So what we can do now is just lay our design over the top, our cartridge, our punch out over the top. And again, I'm going to use just a little bit of washi tape to keep it steady while I'm drawing over it, just so that it doesn't move. So that's stuck down. So all we need to do is, I've got my journal pen here and I'm going to use the fine end of that, and then we just use that to draw into the spaces created by the punch out. Okay, so we've drawn through all of the spaces created by the punch out. So we're using the punched strip as a template. Oops, old washi tape. Trick for young players, don't use old washi tape. And I was a little bit rough picking that up too. But if that was a page I was making, really terrific excuse to put an embellishment over here. But yeah, so same idea. So using that as a template, you could colour these into. I didn't do that, so potentially what we could do is, that would be interesting. Let's just pop this back down again. I didn't think of that. So let's just pop this back down again. And if we use the thick end of our pen, we could look at colouring it in. Let's just see. Let's see what it looks like. So obviously I wouldn't do this, I wouldn't be testing like this if I was working on a page, but this is just a test. So we're just going to have a look and see what it looks like. Okay, so it hasn't worked out quite as nicely. It's a little bit rough around the edges there, and I personally think that feel like that's a little bit heavy. I would probably be more inclined just to leave it with the outline. I think that's a little bit nicer. But you can imagine if you created a border, or if you had a page layout done and you were just adding that as an extra creative element onto the page, that would be really lovely. And if you pop that next to your papers, you can see that those ink colours are blending in really beautifully with the colours there too. So yeah, just a couple of extra ideas. I know that we're going to see some amazing border ideas coming out with these border punch and the Border Maker cartridge from our amazing creative community. But yeah, I just wanted to give you a couple of little extra ideas as well. So I hope that you find that useful. As I mentioned, I am an advisor, so you can shop with me at creativememoriesau.com/user/scraphappycath, and everything that I've used here today is available on the Creative Memories website as of where are we at, the 17th of July. So enjoy that. If you do try it and you do have that use these techniques on your pages, I'd love to see them. So just join our group, the Scrap Happy Cath Facebook group, and feel free to share over there. I'm sure the community would love to see what you're doing with that. All right, well, enjoy the rest of your weekend. There's not much left, but I hope you enjoy it, and I will see you online around the traps again sometime. Bye.